Hey, in this video we're going to go and break down your front lip to see how you can go and start getting this smoother and bringing it to more rails. The first thing I'll note is front lips are more dangerous than normal backside board slides, and that's for a very simple reason. You need to go and get the tail of your snowboard over the rail before you start rotating. So this is actually a better rail to do front lips on because you don't need to worry about jumping over it before rotating because this takeoff is so large. But there's a few things here that are making it so your front lip isn't going that smooth. And the first has to do with how you're going and popping your board. Right now, what you're doing is something called a two-footed jump. And that means you're popping off with both your feet at the same time. We can tell you're doing this because the tail of your snowboard is leaving the ground before you're leaving the takeoff. The reason why this is problematic is a couple of things. First of all, you're not fully utilizing the takeoff and the shape of your snowboard. This gives you less height because you're leaving at an earlier point. So it's like the takeoff was only this size. The other thing it's doing is it's making it so you're not going and getting that natural arc of your board to put you over the rail and that extra distance, making it so the rail's further away and higher. If we go and compare that to one of my takeoffs here, you can see that I'm trying to come in and maintain tail pressure with the snow all the way into my board leaves the jump. And then this is where the front lip's so difficult. Look at how close my edge gets to the rail there. It's literally a matter of inches from me lacing this trick versus me getting absolutely slammed. And that's why I really recommend the backboard, because you can go and rotate straight into that backboard when you leave instead of needing to wait for your foot to come up and rotate. But that's where this becomes super important, maintaining the contact. Because I'm maintaining contact with my back foot all the way until I leave the rail, and let's note, this is a higher up rail, so I actually need to pop more than you do to get onto that rail. Even with that, look at how minimal the motion my legs are. A slight extension, and this is because I'm leaving off my back foot, so I'm getting that extra height, I'm getting the natural snap of the board, and I'm using the full duration of a takeoff. What this small leg motion does is it lets my upper and lower body stay in this sort of stacked, bent position. And the reason why this is so powerful is because when you're more bent up and tight, and you can see I'm getting myself even more compressed, more tight, that gives you more room to go and rotate your hips. So that's why I'm able to go and get such a good counter rotation with my upper and lower body, because I have that bend in my torso that's giving me that platform to let my upper and body move independently. The taller you are, the harder it is to move your upper and lower body independently. So we want to go and leave off the takeoff with a good amount of bend in our legs and maintain that bend until we go and do the counter rotation. And when we combine that counter rotation with extending our legs and meeting the rail, that's just how the muscle groups work best, and that decreases the impact the most. So if we go and compare that to your front lip here, we're going to see that you're not going and getting that full takeoff. So you're coming in, you're popping early, making your legs do a big extension up. That's making it so you need to do a really big motion to bring your legs in, and you're bringing your legs in as you're counter rotating. So that's a massive difference here. Your legs are going up as you try to counter rotate because you're going and being delayed from that extension, where my legs are coming down when I counter rotate. So let's pay really close attention to that one time. Watch your legs coming up as your board rotates. If we go back to mine, my legs will be coming down as I rotate. So I pull my legs up, and then I pull my legs down into that rotation. And that's only possible because of that tail pressure. And that helps your upper body do the counter rotation more. This, you're spinning a bit more like a spin, and that's why you're landing with your chest completely squared off and stacked like this. You really need to make sure that your arms are pulling away from the other side, because that's what you're going to use to counter rotate back. And that's going to be way easier if you go and get this takeoff. So final recap, right now you're coming and jumping off both feet and rotating this a bit more like a spin. What you need to do is keep more bend in your legs, ride off the tail, making sure to fully push off the takeoff using all of it. Keep your legs up a little bit more bent, and then try to go and bring them up, then go and rotate into that lip slide before touching down. That'll give you way more control, and that will go and just make it so you can go and bring this trick to a lot more rails. But I'd highly recommend going and putting the work and learning how to do it heel side, because let me tell you, I've broken a lot of boards on front lips and switch front lips. So be careful with them, train them consciously, because it is a high risk trick. And let me know if you need any more feedback.